Hello everyone, welcome to Anand's YouTube channel. Now in this video, which is a continuation of previous two videos, detailed analysis part 1, part 2, and in this video we will go into the detailed analysis part 3, and in this video I am going to discuss the section C of the class 12 examination paper. Okay, this class 12 examination of mathematics subject was conducted on 9th of March 2024, and we have already discussed section A and section B, and you can watch the videos again if you have not watched by clicking on the link that I have given in the description. Okay, so let's begin the section C. So as you know, the section C consists of 6 short answer type questions of 3 marks each. Keep in mind that these short answer type question do not actually sound very short when you look at the solution, but they are very lengthy solution. Some of them might look short, but optional questions are not very short. You have to write very lengthy. So section C was the lengthiest, I think, in the question paper, and the maths paper also was very lengthy if you consider all the 38 questions. So let's begin with the question number 26. Question number 26 is asked from the chapter of differential equation. Okay, so we have already seen various questions based on this chapter of differential equation in previous section. So you can easily uh, see the importance or significance of this chapter. Now, the whole calculus carries 35 marks, so a lot of questions are being asked from this chapter of integral and definite integrals, and then area between the curves, and then we have differential equation. Okay, so uh, it should be prepared very well in advance, because if you want to score good marks, your integral calculus as well as differential calculus should be prepared in very much detail. So question is given that x to the power y plus y to the power x is equal to a to the power b, where a and b both are positive constant. We are asked to find dy by dx. So here x is raised to the power y and y raised to the power x. So such type of question which consists of y and x both, we have to separate the variables and then separately taking log on both sides, and then individually we have to calculate differential of both the equations, and then in the last part, to calculate the answer or to write the answer, we have to simply add the both the differentiation. So as you can see, what I have done, I have separated x to the power y by substituting it as u and y to the power x as v. Now the question becomes u plus v is equal to a to the power b. Since a and b both are positive constant, a to the power b will also be constant, and the differentiation of a constant, as we know, is 0. So we don't have to worry much about this RHS part. What we have to worry about is LHS part. So du by dx and dv by dx we have to calculate. Okay, because in the question it is given dy by dx we have to calculate. So variable with which respect to we have to calculate the differentiation is x. So everything has to be differentiated in the terms of x. Now it is given that vu is equal to x to the power y. Uh, you have to take log on both sides, then it will become log u is equal to y log x. Now after taking log, we can start differentiating. So log differentiation is 1 by x, so log u differentiation will be 1 by u into du by dx, and on the RHS y log x you have to use product rule. So keeping y as a constant and then differentiating log x first, and plus keeping log x constant and then differentiating y with respect to x. So overall you will get du by dx after solving and rearranging the equation as du by dx is equal to x to the power y in bracket y by x plus log x dy by dx. Okay, in the similar fashion you can calculate differentiation of v is equal to y to the power x. Take log on both the sides and differentiate it using product rule on RHS, and then rearrange the equations, and you will get dv by dx as y to the power x in bracket x upon y dy by dx plus log y. Okay, now what you have to do is all the three equations 1 2 3 can give us the combined equation of x to the power y in bracket y by x plus log x divided by dx plus y to the power x in bracket x by y divided by dx plus log y equal to 0. In this equation we have to separate divided by dx and other terms. So what we have done, we have taken all the other terms except dy by dx on the RHS, and in the LHS we have taken dy by dx as common. And if we rearrange all the uh, terms, we will get dy by dx as minus in numerator bracket y x to the power y minus 1 plus y to the power x into log y upon x y to the power x minus 1 plus x to the power y log x. Okay, so this is the final answer. You cannot simplify it further. This is the final answer, and if you do up to this step you will get full marks. Okay, so I think for this much writing, for this much calculation, you will get 3 marks. So you can see there is a long way to answer, but you are getting only 3 marks. Okay, so that's why I said these might look short answer type question, but they are very lengthy. Okay, and keep in mind that there is stepwise marking, so if your steps are wrong, the marks will be deducted. Now let's go to the second question of section C. The second question consists of two options. Okay, either you have to attempt part A or part B. So both the questions again is from the chapter of differential equation. See, you can see here in the question itself solution of differential equation, and in the second also differential equation is there. So uh, what we have to do, we have to calculate the particular solution of the given differential equation. So to calculate the particular solution, you have to use the condition which is given along with the data. Here in the if part A, we have to consider y of pi by 4, or simply we can say when x is equal to pi by 4, y becomes 2. So let us solve part A, and then we will move to part B. So 27 8 dy by dx is equal to y cot x is the equation. Now variable separation method will solve this equation. So separate y on one side and x on one side. Now this becomes dy by y is equal to cot 2x into dx. Now after separating the variable, take the integration on both sides. So integral of dy by y is equal to integral of cot 2x dx. What is the integral of 1 by y? That is log of mod y. What is the integral of cot 2x? It is log of sin 2x divided by 2. We have to differentiate 2x, and then its differentiation should be divided with the integration. So overall we will get the differential equation as log of mod y is equal to log of sin 2x plus 2. Okay, now using the condition, this is the general solution. Okay, this is the general solution because it contains constant c. Now using the condition of that y is equal to 2 when x is equal to pi by 4, if you put x is equal to pi by 4, 2x become pi by 2, sin pi by 2 is 1, and at the place of y if you put, you will get log 2 on LHS. So solve and rearrange the equation, you will get c is equal to log 2 because log 1 is 0. So the particular solution will become log y is equal to half log sin 2x plus log 2. So if you leave your answer up to this step, you might not get full marks, because if everything is in log, you can further solve the equation by using the properties of log. Now as you know, half here what is written, you can take it in the power in front of the terms which is written in the which is written after the log. So I have taken half here. You can see it will become square root of sin 2x. Now log a plus log b becomes log ab. So apply this property, it will become log of 2 root sin 2x. Now log will get cancelled, y will become root 2 root sin 2x. This is the final answer. If you write up to this step, then you will get full 3 marks. Okay, and if you write up to the previous three, if you leave the previous 3 steps, then I think 0.5 marks will be deducted. Now solve the part B. Okay, so I think in the given option, if it have solved part A, it would have been much easier and less time taking, because as you can see, which I am going to explain, the part B is not looking very short. But anyhow, we will solve both the parts. So 27b is given x e to the power y by x plus y dx is equal to x dy. Now in this type of question, we have to uh, uh, think of homogeneous differential equations, because here you cannot separate easily y and x on either side of the equation, because y and x are mixed together. So what we will write, dy by dx is equal to x e to the power y by x plus y upon x. Since y by x cannot be separated, we will take x common from numerator, and then x will get cancelled from numerator and denominator. We will remain with the equation of dy by dx is equal to e to the power y by x plus y by x. Now when y by x is coming in the equation, you will substitute y by x as v. That was I have done. And you should immediately recognize that this is the form of homogeneous differential equation. So if you put y by x is equal to v, then y becomes vx. Okay, now differentiate both the side with respect to x. Dy by dx will become v plus x dv by dx. Now combining equation 1, 2 and 3, you can write easily in the place of dy by dx on LHS as v plus x dv by dx, and in RHS you can write e to the power v plus y plus v by replacing y by x as v. Now if you try to separate the variable, you can easily separate the variable in terms of x and v. So homogeneous differential equation is ultimately get reduced to variable separation method. But first of all, you have to recognize whether the question is given in the form of y by x or x by y. Okay. So here it is given in y by x. We have separated, and then we have separated variables in v and x. What we are getting after separation is that dv by e to the power v is equal to dx by x. Now, taking integration on both the side, or integrating both the sides, we will get integral of e to the power minus v dv is equal to 1 by x integral dx. Okay, e to the power x integration is same, minus v will come in front, minus sign will come in front of, because of differentiation of minus v. So equation will become e to the power minus v with minus sign is equal to log of mod x plus c. Now replace v by y by x, you will get minus 1 upon e to the power y by x is equal to log of mod x plus c. Now question contains a particular condition for the given data, that when x becomes 1, y, when x is getting a value of 1, y becomes 1. Now using this condition, you can calculate the value of c. So if you put this, you will get value of c as minus 1 by e. Okay, so if you put the value of c in the equation number 4, you will get the required particular solution, that is minus 1 upon e to the power y by x is equal to log of mod x minus 1 by e. Now rearrange the equation, you will get 1 by e minus 1 upon e to the power y by x is equal to log of x. Okay, so this is the final particular solution of the given differential equation. Okay, so you can solve very easily both the part, but in my perception the part A was much easier than the part B. Okay, now let us come to the question number 28. Now question number 28 is again from the calculus, and particularly from integral calculus, and that too from indefinite integral. Okay, now if you look at this form, 2x plus 3 upon x square into x plus 3, you should immediately recognize it is a type of integrand which can be solved by partial fraction method. Okay, so you have to recognize what type of partial fraction is this. So you have studied something like this, px plus q upon x plus a whole square into x plus b, like this. Okay, this can be broken down like a upon x plus a plus b upon x plus a whole square plus c upon x plus b. Okay, so if you remember this particular type of partial fraction, you can easily break the 2x plus 3 upon x square into x plus 3 in 3 partial fraction, like a upon x plus b upon x square plus c upon x plus 3. Now compare the coefficient by solving both the side. you will get finally 2x plus 3 a into x square plus 3x plus b into x plus 3 plus cx square. Now since LHS doesn't contain any term of x square, that means coefficient of x square on LHS should be 0. But coefficient of x square on RHS is a plus c, so a plus c will become 0. Similarly, the coefficient of x will give us 3a plus b equal to 2, and the constant term comparison will give us 3b is equal to 3. So from constant term we have calculated b is equal to 1. Applying this value in the second 3a plus b equal to 2, we will get a is equal to 1 by 3, and finally applying this in the a plus c equal to 0, we will get c is equal to minus 1 by 3. So we have solved the partial fraction and calculated the value of a, b, c. So instead of integrating 2x plus 3 upon x square plus x square into x plus 3, we will calculate three different integral, like 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 upon x plus 1 by x square plus minus 1 upon 3 upon x plus 3. So 1 by x integral is log mod x, 1 by x square integral is minus 1 by x, and 1 upon x plus 3 integral is log of mod x plus 3. So the answer will be 1 by 3 log of mod x minus 1 by x minus 1 by 3 log of x plus 3 plus c. You can leave it here, or you can solve one more step. I think if you take this and this as common, you can apply the property of log, like 1 by 3 log of mod of x upon x plus 3 minus 1 by x plus c. So either this should be answer, or this should is also acceptable. Okay, so this question is also uh, lengthy, although 3 marks is sufficient for this question. But as you can see, solving here is not as easy as or not as difficult as solving in exam, because in exam you have limited number of time and you have to solve all the 38 questions. Okay, so either you should increase your arithmetic speed, or you should try to choose the options which is best suited for that environment. Okay, so this question doesn't contain any option anyhow, so you have to solve this. Okay, now let's go to the question number 29. So the question number 29 is asking a question based on the chapter of probability. Okay, so very interesting chapter, probability. It is more about your logical reasoning and less about your calculation. So question related to probability should be done very carefully, because if you do it wrong, then your time also get wasted and you will won't get any marks. So you should be very careful while starting to solve this probability question in exam. If you are confident that you will get right answer, then only start, otherwise leave it for the last options. Okay, first of all, you should solve only those questions in the first 2 hours which are very different that you will get right answer or almost right answer. Okay, because as the question I have already solved this based on Bayes theorem and random variable probability distribution, these are not uh, very easy question, because you have to think beyond this calculation topic also. So let us solve first part and then we will solve part B. In my opinion, solving either of the part is up to the student, because none of the questions are easy. But if I assume that if you can solve both the question, you should solve first question, or 29a, because it calculates, it contains less calculation, and it's not very lengthy also. Second, 29b, it contains calculation and it is also not easy to solve, because here it is one condition given, that is biased. Normally we are used to solve unbiased condition only. Okay, so thinking also involved in the second question and calculation is also involved. So it is not for those students who have not practiced enough. So if you have practiced by Bayes theorem enough and read your book like NCRT, you can solve part A. So if I assume that you don't know Bayes theorem, so let us first learn what is Bayes theorem. So Bayes theorem basically used when uh, probability of particular event is asked when a uh, another event A has already occurred. Okay, So let us say if E1, E2 up to En are events which constitute a partition of sample space such that E1, E2 up to En are a disjoint event pairwise, but their union gives us the whole sample space, and A be any event with non-zero probability, then probability of Ei given A has occurred is given by a fraction in which numerator is probability of Ei multiplied by probability of A given Ei upon summation j varies from 1 to n probability of ej into probability of a given ej. Now the value of n depends on the conditions given in the question. Like in the given question, the value of n is 2. So in the question it is asking that from a pack of well shuffled deck of 52 playing card, if a lost, okay, that means if a card is lost, then the number of card remaining will be 51. Now from the remaining card, uh, a card is drawn at random and is found to be a king. Okay, so you have to keep in mind there could be two conditions. If the lost card is itself a king, then the total number of cards should have been three only after the card is lost for the king. And if the lost card is not king, then the number of kings remaining in the 51 playing card should be 4. So there are two conditions for the given question, and then we are asked to find the probability that if the card drawn is found to be a king, what is the probability that last the lost card is a king. Okay, so let us solve. So we will take two events associated with the question. That is, the first event should be telling us that the lost card being king, and the second event saying that the lost card is not a king. So if the lost card is a king, then there are four king in the deck. Then what is the probability of event even? It should be 4 by 52. That is uh, 1 by 13. Okay, because any of the four king can be lost. Okay, so uh, event as number of outcome associated with even is 4, and the total number of outcome is 52. Now if king is not lost, some other card is lost, then that means out of 52 only 4 are king, then remaining 42 are other cards. Then there is a chances that out of 48 card, one card is lost. So number of outcome associated with the e2 is 48 and total number of outcome is 52. So answer will be probability of e2 will be 12 by 13. Okay, and take another event e, which is saying that the card drawn is a king. Now what is the probability if one king is lost, then you are drawing a card which is a king. Now when one king card is lost, there are three kings remaining. Okay, now out of 51 you have to withdraw one card, then what is the probability of getting that card as a king? That is 3 by 51. So what I'm trying to say, when lost card is a king and then you are withdrawing card and finding that it is a king, then the probability means e of probability of e when e1 has already occurred will be 3 by 51. Now in the second case, when king card is not lost and then we are asked to take a card and we are finding that uh, found the card drawn is king, then the probability of withdrawing a king card will be 4 by 51, because none of the king card is lost, only some other cards is lost. So 4 by 51 will the probability of e given e2 has occurred. Now how to apply Bayes theorem for this question? We are asked to find uh, probability of finding a king card when already a king card is lost. That means probability of finding e1 given e. So you should be able to write LHS part correctly. When LHS part is written correctly, then you can just have to rearrange in the RHS part. Now just reverse e1 oblique e, then it will become e oblique e1. In the same way you have to do with the e2. So e oblique e1, e oblique e1, e oblique e2, and in the front you have to write this after oblique part. E1 here, E1 here, so E1 here, E2 here, then E2 here. Now put all the values. Probability of E1 1 by 13, probability of E given E1 3 by 51, probability of E1 1 by 13, probability of E oblique E1 3 by 51, probability of E2 12 by 30, probability of E given E2 is 4 by 51. Now this 1351 will get cancelled because it is common in both the denominator of numerator and denominator, and then we are remaining 3 upon 3 plus 48, and this become 3 by 51. Cut 51 with 3 and you will get answer as 3 by 1 by 17. And at last I have drawn simply this playing card figure. If you don't know how the playing card is distributed, because you cannot solve this question if you don't know anything about playing card, okay? Although any question can be solved if you look at the theory of this playing card, and it will be helpful, very helpful for all other questions also, okay, not just for base theorem but for the whole of the probability, because playing card is a very favorite topic for asking the question. There are number of chances, the number of options available with the questions when playing cards come into play. So there are total of 52 cards in the playing card, okay, in a well shuffled deck. And this 52 playing card, first of all, divided into four suits, and in each four suit there are equal number of cards. So divide 52 into four equal part, then it will become 13 13 13. Now there is a particular name to each suit. There are two types of suits, red and black. So heart and diamond are of red color card, spades and clubs are of black color card. Here I have drawn the symbol how the spade card look. In the spades and clubs, these signs will be appear on every card. Now you have to keep in mind this 52 playing cards consist of 26 black cards and 26 red card. So red card will come from hat and diamond, and black card will come from spades and clubs. Now, uh, out of 13 cards, there is again a division. So there are face cards. First of all, king, queen, jack. These are face cards because the face of king, queen, and jack are appearing on those cards. And then there is ace, and then there are 9 numbered cards. So 9 plus 4 becomes 13. A number card will consist of number of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a basic understanding of playing card. If you know this much, you can solve any question if you apply your cognitive skills and logical reasoning, okay? So I've just drawn it here for your basic understanding. Now let's move to the part B of 29. Now part B is related to throwing a dice, and let us first read the question. Question is saying if a biased die. So biased die means if you're throwing something which is biased in nature, it is unlikely to give equal probability to every event. That is simply the meaning of biased. That means if you are throwing a biased coin one, then there is not a chance that 50% head will appear and the 50% tail will appear. It could be anything, okay? Could be like 70% chance of head appearing, 30% chance of tail appearing. So if a biased die is thrown twice, as then it is saying that to show an even number, its probability is twice that of showing an odd numbers. So if we consider when a biased die is thrown, probability of getting an odd number is k, then the probability of getting even number will be 2k. Now if such a die is thrown twice, then we have to find the probability distribution of the number of sixes, and after that we are asked to find the mean of that probability distribution, okay? So you have to keep in mind this question is asked from the topic of random variable distribution. Although this question is asked, but in the new NCRT syllabus or NCRT book of rationalized content 2023 to 2024, this topic is deleted. But in the syllabus of CBSE, it is given that random variable and probability distribution will be there. So you can easily see the contradiction here. In one book topic is deleted, but in another syllabus it is given that it should be asked. So students should read very carefully CBSE syllabus as well as NCRT book, that are the topics which are deleted are actually not in the syllabus, or they are deleted anyhow. Okay, so if you have not studied just by looking at ncrt, then it will be your loss. Although this question is given in the option, then you can solve question number part a also, but if you don't know how to solve that question also, then it will be a major problem. Now if a die is thrown once, then the sample space is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now what is the probability of getting an even number, and what is the probability of getting an odd number? So if it is an unbiased die, the probability should have been 1 by 6 for every number, but it is not like so. It is saying that probability of getting an even number like 2 4 6 is twice as probability of getting an odd number. So first of all, we are asked to, or we are intent to find only that probability only. Okay, that what is the probability of getting 1 2 3 4. So we will assume that probability of getting an odd number is k, then the probability of getting an even number will be 2k. That means probability of getting 1 3 5 will be k, the probability of getting 2 4 6 will be 2k, and sum of all this probability when a die is thrown once should be 1, because summation of all probability is 1. So if you add k plus k plus k, so this is probability of 1, this is probability of 3, this is probability of 5, this is probability of 2, this is probability of 4, this is probability of 6. So if you add all this probability, will get 9k, and this should be equal to 1, then k becomes 1 by 9. Now when k becomes 1 by 9, then probability of getting a 6 will become what? Because this is associated with odd number. So getting an even number will be of probability 2k, that is 2 by 9. So getting a 6 is uh, contains a probability of 2 by 9. Then what will the probability of not getting 6? Will be 7 by 9. Why are we asked, why are we finding probability will relate to 6 only? Because the random variable is asking us to calculate the number of sixes when dice is thrown thrice. So when dice is thrown twice, we will get outcome like this: 1 1 1 2, so on up to 1 6, and the last will be 6 6. We are asked to number of sixes. The number of sixes can be 0, can be 1, can be 2 maximum. So here I have calculated the random variable probability distribution. So you can see when uh, value of x is equal to 0, then the outcome should have been like this: 1 1, like 2 1, or 3 1. This kind of outcome doesn't contain any 6. Okay, so x becomes 0. So in this case, what is the probability of both the numbers? So 6 is appearing on none of the throw. That means I have already calculated here, when 6 is not coming, then the probability is 7 by 9, and when 6 is coming, then probability is 2 by 9. Here 6 is not coming on both the throw. That means 7 by 9, 7 by 9. And when 6 is appearing on one either of the throw, that means like 1 comma 6, 2 comma 6, or 6 comma 3, then on it is possible that you can get 6 on the first throw or on the second throw. So uh, if you get 6 on the first throw and 6 not on the second throw, then you will get the probability of 2 by 9 into 7 by 9. If you get 6 on the second throw but not on the first throw, then you have to calculate the probability by 7 by 9 into 2 by 9. And if you get 6 on both the throw, then there is only one case, that is 6 comma 6. So on the both the cases, with on the both the throw, there is a probability of 2 by 9, 2 by 9. So this is the way we can calculate the value of random variable and its corresponding probability distribution. So how we will calculate, for up to this you will get 2 marks, and after that you are asked to find mean of the distribution also. Mean of the distribution is also known as expectation of x, and it is denoted by the symbol mu. So mu is calculated summation I varies from 1 to n xi pi. So here n value is 3, and xi is 0 1 2, and pi is 49 by 81, 28 by 21, 28 by 81, 4 by 81. Put all the values in here, you will get mu as 36 by 81. Okay, mu as 36 by 81. Okay, and 36 by 81 contain 9 as a common factor, so answer will be 4 upon 9. So this is also a very lengthy question. Okay, so that's why I said 29a is much easier to solve and less time taking. Now let's come to question number 30. Question number 30 is asked from the chapter of linear programming problem. So graphical answers we are asked to find. So in such type of question, we are given an objective function, like here it is given z is equal to x plus 3y, and it is subjected to constraint x plus 2y should be less than or equal to 200, x plus y less than or equal to 150, y less than or equal to 75, x and y both should be greater than or equal to 0. Now for the conditions of constraint, we are asked to we are supposed to draw the graph, and with that graph we are should decide whether it is a bounded region or unbounded region. Then we will calculate the maximum value using the corner points free. So as you can see, I have already drawn the graph. So you should know how to draw the graph of x plus 2y is equal to 200, and uh, if you don't know, let me give you. If you put the value of x as 0, you will get y as 100, and if you put the value of y as 0, you will get x as 200. And for x plus y is equal to 150, you will get 2.0 comma 150 and 150 comma 0. And for y is equal to 75, it will be a horizontal line parallel to x-axis. So here these are three colored lines you can see easily, and x greater than 0, y greater than 0 will give the curve and will give the shaded region in the right hand portion and upper portion of the x-axis. Okay, so if you draw all this graph and shade the common area, you will get the feasible region, which I have set it here using green lines. So O A B C D is the required bounded feasible region. Okay, and by simple arithmetical calculation, you can easily calculate the corner points. Okay, now coordinates of the corner point is here 0 a o a b c d, 0 0 150 0 150 50 75 0 75. For each corner point, we are asked to calculate the corresponding value of z, that is x plus 3y. Now put the value of x and y, you will get 0 150 250 275 and 225. You can easily say for the corner point c, which containing the coordinate of 50 75, we are getting a maximum value of 275. So 275 is the maximum value of z, and it is occurring at the point or corner point 50 75. So this is the answer for this given uh, required particular solution. Okay, now move to question number 31, and 31 is the last part of the section C. And again, this question is asked from the chapter of integration. So overall, I can say, if you had prepared integral calculus or mm, differential equation very well, section C should be very easy to score. Okay, means 18 marks is nowhere and to go, but in your totaling. So you can easily get 18 marks, because if your calculus is good, then you could have easily done all this, except that 3 marks on if probability if you don't know. But if you could done that also, or if you have not done, 15 marks is nowhere to go. Let's solve question number 31a. It is asked from the chapter of integration, and that too definite integral. Now here we are seeing integral of x dx upon 1 plus cos 2x plus sin 2x from 0 to pi by 4. Now here we will use a property of definite integral. You should immediately recognize that this is not easy to solve without using any property. So that means this question should involve the properties of integral. So you should remember immediately that there is a property to calculate integral when integral is from 0 to a. Change the value of x with a minus x. Okay, and replacing x by pi by 4 minus x in the given equation, you can change the value of I. So equation 1 is original I integral, and if you put pi by 4 minus I and apply all the trigonometrical basic knowledge, because here without trigonometry you cannot solve. Okay, you should know cos pi by 2 minus theta is sin theta, and sin pi by 2 minus theta is cos theta. And then uh, you will get I as 0 to pi by 4 minus x upon 1 plus sin 2x cos 2x dx. Add equation 1 and 2, you will get 2I is equal to 0 to pi by 4 upon 1 plus cos 2x sin 2x dx. Now again should know that you have to replace cos 2x by 1 minus tan square x upon 1 plus tan square x, and sin 2x upon sin 2x as 2x 2 tan x upon 1 plus tan square x. Okay, and then if you rearrange every equation and solve it, uh, you will get pi by 4 outside, and in integral sec square x upon 2 plus 2 tan x. If you come to this system, then after that it is nothing but integration by substitution. Okay, now put 2 plus 2 tan x as t. Now differentiate it, you will get sec square dx as dt by 2. Now keep in mind that when in the case of definite integral you are changing uh, a variable, you have to change the limit also. Now when you are changing 2 plus 2 tan x by t, if you do not change 0 to pi by 4, your answer will come wrong. Now how to change the limit? So when x is getting 0, put x as 0 in place of tan x. Okay, so 2 plus t tan 0 will give t as 2, and when x is getting pi by 4, so t will become pi by 4. So new limit will be 2 to 4, not 0 to pi by 4. Now it is simple calculation after that, simple log property also, and after solving you will get answer as pi by 16 log 2. Okay, so it is also easy but lengthy. Okay, so your speed should also be very fast, and your arithmetic should also be very fast. All, and along with that you should also know the properties of trigonometry that you have studied in class 11, and you should know also the properties of log, because without using all these things you cannot solve the and question up to its last step, for which you are supposed to get the complete marks. Okay, so that's why I have said in the beginning that section C is the lengthiest in this question paper. Okay, so to get full marks in this question paper, you should be very smart enough to decide which question you have to pick and which question you have to leave, and you should be very fast with your writing also. Anyhow, if I have asked to solve which part should I do, part A or part B, I think smart students should have chosen part B, because it is nothing but just seeing the property of e to the power x fx plus f dash x, because as you can see already part A is not that easy. Okay, if you don't know the property of trigonometry, but part B is very easy. Let's see how. So whenever you see e to the power x in an integration, and along with that in bracket two terms separated by the plus sign, then uh, you should remember this, that somewhere you have studied integral of e to the power x fx plus f dash x dx is equal to e to the power x fx plus c. So we have to just recognize whether it is fx and f dash x or not. So for this I have assumed let x is fx is equal to x upon under root 1 plus s square. And there is also a question coming in everyone student minds, how to decide which part we have to take fx and which part we have to take f dash x. So for this you should do enough practice before the exam, because as you know under root contains power of half. So if you differentiate it, you will again get when it is denominator you will get square of this term. Okay, so and in numerator you will get uh, square of this will make the power as 1, and in numerator you will get one term as root only. So when this root will come down, it will make the power 1 plus 1 by 2. So this is making the whole power of denominator as 3 by 2. So here you can see in the question, just to confuse that, says that the student automatically assume the first part as fx, they will end up in wasting their time. Okay, so just to check their eligibility of recognizing this equation, they have given f dash x before fx. So you should be smart enough to recognize that fx is given after f dash x in this question, because in general formula fx is given before f dash x. So if you have done enough practice, you should know how to recognize this. Okay, now if you take fx as uh, x upon under root 1 plus x square and differentiate it and rearrange, you will get f dash x what as 1 upon 1 plus x square whole to the power 3 by 2, and it is same as the question format. Okay, okay, so you can easily see it is the form e to the power x fx plus f dash x, and its integral will be e to the power x fx, that is e to the power x into x upon under root 1 plus x square plus c is the right answer, and where c is the constant of integration. Okay, this completes the part c or section c of the question paper, the mathematics question paper. In the very next video we will see the section d and e. Okay, thank you for watching this video and have a nice day.